Let's give it up for that, Jeremy.
Thank you so much, FCA, all of you for being here, starting this, once again, this national off with a bang. How about a hand for this amazing panel here? Please, another round of applause. My colleagues, our world is in desperate need of new healthcare leadership. So many of you, you hear these statistics wondering if you're one of those people that can make a difference. You are absolutely one of those people that can make a difference. You know what I loved about this panel this morning? All of you, amazing job. How frankly we all spoke. How clearly we all spoke. There was no show. The show was the frankness of the information, the authenticity of the purpose, the depth of knowledge, the passion that was all across the board on every level. And that, my colleagues, is the new leadership that our world desperately needs. We, my colleagues as chiropractors, in fact, I have a poem for you. If you want to perform at the top of your game, eat healthy foods and take care of your frame. The choices you make will direct your innate to a life of decay or an optimum state. Take care of your body, your mind, and your spine. Make healthy choices that keep you in line. You've got to have nerve to adjust to it all. Your 100 is coming. You make the call. Thank you. We have a world that is in desperate need of new healthcare leadership. Stephen Covey, the late great Stephen Covey, in his 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, said 2 things that really touched me. The first habit was to begin with the end in mind. To begin with the end in mind. We live in a world where parents are not raising their kids with the end in mind. People are not going to high school and college with the end in mind. We live in a world where people are like robots looking at the ground, trying to figure out what to do to change their feelings in the moment today. And they'll do anything to feel better today, even if it means that the cost of changing those feelings today will impact the quality of their life forever. We put children on psychotropic drugs to change their feelings in the moment today, to focus in class for an hour in school. While by doing that, we addict them. We cause their addiction. We have to start thinking long term. Stephen Covey also said that sometimes we climb up the ladder of success and we get to the top and we realize that the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. We have a healthcare system, my colleagues, with a ladder that is leaning against the wrong wall. We have a world that is in desperate need of new healthcare leadership. We need to start making long-term thinking cool. Jeff Bezos made long-term thinking cool. He has one of the most successful companies in the history of the world. Ray Dalio talks about long-term thinking being cool. Stephen Covey talked about it. Chiropractors in the world of healthcare, we need to start making long-term thinking cool. There is a statement in here. The choices that we make will direct our innate to a life of decay or an optimum state. You look at the tree on the left versus the tree on the right. How we grow, how we age will depend on the things that we do, the choices that we make. And there's a statement that the hours are pointing to that I want to read to you. It's powerful, it's philosophical, it's scientific, it's at the core of what you and I do and think as chiropractors. And it goes like this. Your innate intelligence will organize around the thoughts that you think, the choices that you make, and the lifestyle that you live. Your innate intelligence will organize around the thoughts that you think, the choices that you make, and the lifestyle that you live. Now, why is this important? How does it relate to obesity? How does it relate to all the things that our panelists are talking about? Well, if you overeat, which, raise your hand if you've ever overeaten. Raise your hand. Aren't you glad that you have an innate intelligence that adapts to the choices that you made? Because if it didn't adapt, you would explode, your blood and guts would be all over the place, you would never have another meal again. But innate adapts. Innate adapts. It says, winter is coming. If you do it every day for the next week, month, 6 months, or a year, then Innate's going to say, wow, you're preparing for a really long winter. Winter's coming for 50, 60, 70 years here. All right, no problem. We'll pack it on. We'll make you sick. We'll change your chemistry. But Innate is not going to kill you. It's not going to do anything to harm you. It's going to do whatever it can to help you survive. And you think about this from a chiropractic perspective. These people that are losing weight, gaining weight, roller coaster, weight loss, losing weight, gaining weight. Most of these people, many of these people, have had vertebral subluxations in their spine for decades. For decades. And these people, one of the reasons why they get off a weight loss plan or they stop exercising is because they have a spine and nervous system that has degenerative diseases and conditions and arthritic changes that have damaged the nerves that are unable for that person to adapt. And so they quit because they hurt. They quit because they suffer. Every single one of these people that are on a weight loss, weight gain, pumping iron, whatever it is, should be checked by a chiropractor from the time they are born through their last breath of life. Every single one of these people. These are 3 x-rays of 3 different people in their mid-50s. 3 different people in their mid-50s. So these 3 people are exactly the same age. All of the bones within these people are exactly the same age. Quality of life has nothing to do. As you age, quality of life has nothing to do with the number of years. It has everything to do with the adaptability of the body, which has everything to do with the health of the nervous system. What we do as chiropractors is not another allopathic solution compared to an opioid or an aspirin. What we do is much more significant than that. Much more significant than that. Here's a good friend of mine who now sponsors a cycling team in Woodstock, Georgia, my friend Norman Colby. He didn't lose 80 pounds. He eliminated the weight. He decided to change his life. He started thinking long term. He did not want, he saw his age. You know, people mistake the 100-year lifestyle. Well, let's get all the old people. No, it's about using what's happening to this older generation as an example of our longevity potential to make changes in the present for their children, the grandchildren, and the great-great-grandchildren so they will make a commitment to live differently. Not allopathically, to live differently. He didn't lose weight, he changed his life. 80 pounds, now he cycles like a maniac, 100-mile races. Here's a guy that you know, on the stage, had hair at one point, me, with Isaiah Thomas when I was 29 years old. This was my first national television appearance. I got called by ESPN, and I was the chiropractor at the time for the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in Buckhead. They called me every time people would come in and want to get chiropractic care. Went to adjust him, gave him a great adjustment. That's me at 29. Here's me at 40 with Usher. I'm also a part of that club, guys. Okay? I'm also a part of that club. This is me 45 pounds heavier, 13 years later. 4 pounds, 3 to 4 pounds a year. Having 3 kids at a young age, a lot of distractions, forgot about myself. My oldest son, as a lot of you know, had an injury that left him paralyzed, trying to deal with all of that. Thank God he's fine. Story for another day. He's amazing. He's a chiropractor today, by the way, practicing in Oregon. He deserves a round of applause. How cool is that? But this is me years later with Usher. And for a long time, I wouldn't even show this picture because I was embarrassed. I was his chiropractor for years. And so this is 13 years later, not because of my genetics. This was 13 years later because of the lifestyle that I was living, and my innate adapted to my lifestyle choices. See, the beauty of it is that if you change back, no matter what your age, innate will adapt back. This is just a couple of weeks ago. This right now is the cover feature, one of the cover features on 100yearlifestyle.com, our new online magazine. You should go there. If you want to sell the chiropractic lifestyle or educate people about the chiropractic lifestyle, send people here. That's what it is. That's what it does, so you can do other things and save your voice. So this is me with Carla Gugino and Sebastian Gutierrez, A-listers in Hollywood, who they came in town. Netflix was shooting a series of The Haunting of Hill House, which is coming out in October, and I went down and I was the chiropractor on the set throughout the filming. And it was amazing because Carla, you should read what she says. That chiropractic care made the difference for her, and she's been doing it her whole life. Sebastian, one of the top directors in Hollywood right now, you should take this article, post it to your pages, take his quote, pull it out. It says, chiropractors are it says, it's great, it says, I used to be skeptical with a sense of humor. Now I've realized that in my age and stage of life, chiropractors, the science is behind it. They are the nicest people I know, and they have made an amazing difference in my quality of life. These are people that, and you watch, here it is 45, and now at 55 years old, another 13 years later. So I'm 13 years older than I was years ago, 45 pounds heavier, healthier than I was, just like all of your people will get younger every day if they live this lifestyle. Every single one of them has the opportunity to live their ideal 100-year lifestyle. This is a great article. This is also on there. How many of you have ever said to you, raise your hand if you exercise and you're fit, just out of curiosity. Have you ever had somebody say to you something like, wow, you're just lucky? This happened to Jamie Coxon so many times. She got furious and she said, I'm not lucky. I work at it. My wife, who is also thin, she has obesity in her family, and people would say to her, hey, you're lucky you're thin. And she says, no, I'm not lucky. Thin is a choice for me. Thin is a choice for me. We need to speak our truth, organize around it in a way that we can see a lot of people in this world that is in desperate need of new healthcare leadership. My colleagues, FCA, they're on the money with this. If you go to 100yearlifestyle.com, there is a calculation that you can make right now. It's called your empire. It's a survey on the right-hand side on the desktop, on your mobile. It's scroll down to the bottom, and it's your empire formula. It stands for your minimum potential years remaining. Your minimum potential years remaining. You fill in two numbers, and it will calculate your minimum potential years remaining and tell you what it means. Your patients do that. You get your patients thinking long term. You will never have to micromanage them, ever. They will do it for themselves. Imagine a world, my colleagues, with your leadership, our colleagues' leadership, FCA's leadership. Imagine a world where people are doing it for themselves. Man, that's the world that I want to live in. People be lining up for chiropractic care like crazy. Love and appreciate you. Thank you so much, FCA. And research. Jen wanted me to tell you real quick about our research project. So we started a research project, a lifetime care research project with Life University on the benefits of lifetime chiropractic care. It's called the Lifetime Care Project. Come to our booth. It's too long for an explanation right here, and I don't have the link right in front of me. But if you come to our booth, 100-Year Lifestyle, then we'll tell you all about the research project. We are changing the perception of chiropractic in the world. Thanks, everybody.